back here with the Matt's Impact Dog Training. In this video, I'm going to be going over the toy reward marker and how to utilize it in your training with your dog. The toy reward marker is one of the most used reward markers in my training system because we primarily use toys and play as a means to reward the dog while training. Because of this, it is very important that we have a marker word specifically designed to allow the dog to bite onto the toy item. One of the most important aspects of having a reward marker that allows the dog to bite onto the toy is that it enables us to have a certain level of control while using play and toys in our training with our dog. A very clear and consistent reward marker that lets the dog know when they're allowed to bite the toy with full force, accompanied by a very clear out command, needs to be achieved before we can use play and toys when training our dog. The word that I use for the toy reward marker is yes, and teaching this marker to a dog is very simple. We want to start by having a dog that is extremely motivated to bite onto a toy item. If your dog is not consistently chasing after and biting the toy item when you bring it out and begin moving it, then we need to work on that before we can start incorporating the reward marker of yes. But if you do have a dog who's highly motivated and is jumping to get that toy the second you bring it out, then you're probably ready to start teaching this marker word. To begin teaching this marker word, we simply take the toy and present it to the dog. If the dog is trying to jump up and go after the toy, we want to use our leash and collar to prevent the dog from doing that. Once the dog is calmly waiting for that toy, we want to say the yes marker in a very enthusiastic tone. Right after we say the yes reward marker, we want to move the toy around very fast and allow the dog to chase after and bite onto it. In order to fully teach the yes reward marker, we're going to repeat this process over and over and over again. The end result we're looking for when teaching this to the dog is to be able to hold the toy in front of the dog. And when we give that marker word to the dog, they bite onto the toy with commitment and force. This is how we know the yes reward marker has been fully charged to the dog. If we still have to move the toy around and encourage the dog to chase after the toy, then we have not fully conditioned the yes reward marker. Don't beat yourself up if you still have to occasionally move the toy around in order to encourage your dog to bite onto the toy. The big takeaway that we're trying to teach the dog is that when we give that marker word, they are allowed to go after and bite the toy. Teaching this along with a clear out command is going to establish impulse control early on in the training and help to teach the dog to follow rules and guidance from you as the handler. This marker word will eventually be used to teach the dog obedience commands. And remember, the more effort and work you put into your marker word and the stronger you make it, the better your obedience is going to be in the long run. So a good thing to keep in mind, rather than focusing on obedience, focus on motivating your dog through the use of play and toys and teaching a strong marker word for them to understand when they are allowed to engage with you in that play. I hope you find this video helpful in your training endeavors. And remember, keep on training.